Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping right into the source material from Matthew chapter 2.
Yes, focusing on those really dramatic events right at the start of Jesus' life, according to this account.
It kicks off almost immediately with these, well, mysterious figures, the Magi, arriving from the east.
Right, they show up in Jerusalem asking this potentially dangerous question about a newborn king of the Jews. They've seen a star, they say, and want to worship him.
And the reaction is immediate. King Herod hears this, and the text says he's disturbed.
Deeply disturbed. And it's not just him, is it? It says all Jerusalem was disturbed with him. That news clearly sent ripples, waves of anxiety through the capital.
Yeah, disturbed feels like an understatement, maybe. It sounds
Yeah.
like a threat to the established power. So what's Herod's first move?
He gathers his own experts, the chief priests and teachers of the law. He needs intel. Where is this Messiah, this Christ, supposed to be born according to their prophecies?
And they know the answer?
They do. They point him straight to the scriptures, quoting the prophet Micah, basically saying a ruler who will shepherd Israel will come from Bethlehem.
Bethlehem. So the location is identified, but Herod, his motives aren't exactly pure, are they?
Not at all. The text makes that very clear. He arranges a secret meeting with the Magi. He wants the exact time the star appeared. Crucial detail for his later plans.
And then he sends them off to Bethlehem, telling them, go find the child, and when you do, let me know so I can come and worship him too.
Pure deception. It sets up this real tension. The Magi, unaware, head off. And that star they saw, it reappears.
It guides them again.
Yeah, the source says it went ahead of them and stopped right over the place where the child was. You can imagine their reaction.
The text says they were overjoyed. After that journey, seeing the star stop must have been incredible. What do they find?
They go into the house, find the child Jesus with Mary, his mother, and their response is immediate worship, bowing down. Then they present their gifts.
The famous ones, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. But their trip back doesn't go according to Herod's plan.
No. They get a warning. Divine intervention again, this time in a dream. Don't go back to Herod.
So they just leave by another road?
Exactly. They bypass Herod completely, heading home a different way, which of course leaves Herod waiting.
Yeah.
And that leads to the next warning.
This time for Joseph.
Yes. An angel appears to Joseph, also in a dream, with a very urgent message. Get up, take the child and his mother, and escape to Egypt. Now.
Why Egypt?
Because Herod is about to search for the child to kill him. The threat is imminent. So the text says they left that night for Egypt.
And they stay there for a while.
They stay until Herod dies. And Matthew connects this flight directly to prophecy, quoting Hosea, "Out of Egypt I called my son," framing this escape as part of a divine script.
Meanwhile, back in Judea, Herod realizes he's been tricked.
He realizes the Magi aren't coming back. And the source says he was furious. His reaction is brutal.
This is the really difficult part of the chapter.
It is. He orders the massacre of all baby boys in Bethlehem and the surrounding areas, 2 years old and under. He bases the age on the timeline he got from the Magi about the star.
It's horrific, and again, the text links this to prophecy.
Yes, quoting Jeremiah, that image of Rachel weeping for her children in Ramah, inconsolable because they are no more. It connects this specific tragedy to Israel's past suffering.
So the family is safe in Egypt. What brings them back?
Herod's death. Once he's dead, an angel appears to Joseph again in a dream, telling him it's safe to return to Israel. Those who sought the child's life are gone.
So they start heading back, but there's another complication.
They hear that Herod's son Archelaus is now ruling in Judea, and Joseph is afraid to go there. Archelaus had a reputation for cruelty too.
Understandable fear. So another change of plans.
Prompted by another dream warning, that's the fourth divine intervention in this chapter directing their movements. They're told to withdraw to Galilee instead.
The north, away from Judea and Jerusalem.
Precisely. They settle in a town called Nazareth. And just like the flight to Egypt and the weeping in Ramah, this move is also presented as fulfilling prophecy. He will be called a Nazarene.
It's quite a journey laid out here, constantly under threat, constantly guided, ending up in this somewhat unexpected place, Nazareth, all framed by prophetic fulfillment.
Absolutely. It's a narrative tapestry woven with seeking, danger, divine guidance through dreams, escape, and ultimately finding a place, albeit not the one perhaps initially expected. For you listening, it maps a path marked by serious challenges and detours, yet presented as purposeful.
Which leads us to a final thought for you to mull over. We see these intense reactions in the text to the arrival of something new, Herod's murderous fear, the Magi's worshipful seeking, Joseph's guided flight. What might this account suggest about how power and vulnerability respond when confronted by the unexpected, the seemingly uncontrollable? Something to think about.